This has been on my mind and my heart for like 2 months. And I kept saying I may go on Facebook Live and I may not. So I chose not to. I'm not a Facebook Live person, I'm not even a video person. But this has been on my mind and heart so strong lately that I feel like I need to get this out, get this off me. Now, this is going to be a very honest and blunt video. I'm just going to be me. I don't know how to be anybody else. Some of y'all are getting on my nerves, fussing and complaining about these masks. And when I say you're getting on my nerves, you're getting on my nerves. I just mean people in general, not no certain people, no certain names. I just mean people in general, because everywhere I go, everywhere I look, people are complaining about masks. Let me explain something to you about these masks. Yes, we all know that these masks, unless it's an N95, they do not protect you from the coronavirus. Okay, we've already established it. We know that. Okay. Some people are fussing and complaining about wearing masks. We don't have to wear a mask. Well, I hate to tell you, that was an option at first, but now they're really requiring people to wear a mask. And this is the thing: the masks are not really to protect you as a person. The masks are to protect whoever you're coming in contact with. Okay? We supposed to be social distancing, 6 feet apart. But let me tell you something. I go in the store sometimes. I hate to go into the store, but I have to get the essential things that I need. And you find some dumb people in there that will not wear a mask and they won't even social distance. They won't stand 6 feet from you. That's disrespectful to whoever you're coming in contact with, not wearing a mask. And I'm going to tell you why. It's to protect the next person, because when you talk, you don't want to be blowing your breath in people's face when you talk. And when you talk, unintentionally, some saliva might come out of your mouth while you're talking. You might be spitting on people, but it's not intentional. Especially when you say a lot of T's, you might have some little sprinkle. You might be sprinkling people, but it's unintentional. You don't see it. That's what oh, and not only that, you have some people that just don't know how to cover their mouth. It's not that I take that back. It's not that they don't know how. They don't want to. They have no, I don't know, no kind of hygiene, anything like that. They just won't do it. But myself, because of who I am, even though I wear a mask, I still, put the, cover my mouth if I have to cough or sneeze. That's what the mask is for. It's not necessary to protect you from somebody else. It's not about you. It's not about you. I'm sorry. I hate to bust your bubble. Some of y'all think it's about you. It's not about you. And yes, it could be used to protect you too from the idiots that won't wear the mask. So that's why they ask you to wear a mask. It's to keep from you depositing into someone else, and vice versa. It's just a common respect that when you go in a public place, every public place you go to, I think they're slowly increasing now. Every public place you go to don't have the shields to protect you, or to protect that worker from you, or you from that worker. Most places you go into now, the workers are wearing masks. Most places. Like I said, every place don't have the shields. I know where I work. I'm a essential worker. I don't have a shield. And I have had people come to my office cutting up because we got a sign up saying wear a mask. If you feel that way about it, don't come in there. I'm going to use for example. I had, and really, Yes, it is to protect me. That's right. Because I just said it's for the next person. It's not really for you. So when you come into my place of business, I'm wearing a mask because I respect you enough. It doesn't matter who it is. I respect you. And plus, we deal with a lot of older people. So I care about them. And then not only older people, it's just people in general who has, underlying health conditions. You have to think about other people. Yes, you have to protect yourself as well. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to these masks, you have to think about other people. Okay? That's just it. That's what the mask is all about. And it's disrespectful when you walk into an establishment and you know they have been saying this over and over and over again. When you go into a public place, wear a mask. And you don't want to wear the mask. I mean, I've had people to say the ugliest stuff about wearing masks. And I just like I'm on this video, I tell them, it's not about you. It's about the safety and protection of the next person. That's what it's all about. So y'all get over yourself when it comes to these masks. Oh my goodness, they're only masks. And then you got to see, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The devil will make us look like fools in any area that we allow him to. You got everybody, yes, including church people, fussing and complaining and showing out about masks. How y'all look? Y'all look crazy. Just wear the mask. I'm not saying you have to walk around 24 hours with a mask. Do like I do. If I know I'm going in the I don't have on my mask when I'm in my car because it's just me. That's your personal bubble. When I get out that car and I'm going in the store, mask on. When I come out that store, get in my car, mask off. And that mask stay off until if I'm just going straight home, that mask stay off until, and when I get home. When I get home, I don't wear a mask at home. I don't. It's just that simple. I mean, just don't overcomplicate things. Just wear the mask. Just to be respectful for at least the workers, those essential workers that's trying to make sure you have everything you need in your grocery stores. The grocery store workers. It doesn't. Our grocery store, I don't care if it's Dollar General, Walmart, your local Piggly Wiggly, Kroger. It doesn't matter. If you have a price buster in your area like we do, that's what it's all about. Respect those people. They could be at home, being, sheltered in place. But they have to get out to make sure you have what you need for your family. So at least have the common courtesy to wear a mask. Please. I don't think it's that crucial. Just wear a mask. You get in your car, take it off. So you can breathe. Okay? That's all. That's it. That's it. I mean, nothing so small shouldn't make y'all turn up. I mean, go from 0 to 100. Come on, y'all. Had a lady coming there talking about, I heard a lady talking about, I'm not going to get into that. That's a totally different video for another time. But some of what she was saying, I do get it. I said, yeah, I believe some of that. But that's beside the point. Y'all, let me tell you something. I don't care if coronavirus came from a bat. I don't care if it came from a dog. I don't care if it came from a laboratory in China. I don't care if it comes from a 5G tower. I don't care if it comes from somebody spraying it over in the skyways. The point is, we're dealing with it now. It's here. We're dealing with it. Oh, and let's go deeper. God allowed it to happen. So what I'm saying now, it doesn't really matter with me where it come from. I have heard a lot of things. It doesn't matter now where it comes from, where it came from, excuse me. It doesn't matter with me where it come from. God allowed it to be. And he allowed it to be for a reason. One thing he allowed it to be, I believe, to get our attention. We had too much going on. We had so much going on that we didn't have time for God. And when I say we, I mean mankind. Even myself. Sometimes I found myself, God forbid, Lord knows I saved all day long. But sometimes life, things that we have going on in life will have us so busy that we don't have time to sit at the feet of Jesus. And that's the most important thing. Sit at his feet and listen to what he's saying. Sometimes we have found ourselves, as mankind, found ourselves just too busy. We find ourselves busy and not being productive. There's a difference in being busy and being productive. And half the time we're not productive, we're just busy. Too busy to have time for your family. Too busy to have time for your marriage. Too busy to have time for your children. Too busy to have time for anything. Too busy to sit down and just talk to the Lord. And too busy to even tell God thank you. Too busy to sit down and hear what he is actually trying to tell us. But see now, even though some of us are still working, like I said, essential workers. On the weekend, some of us that be so busy on the weekend, especially the church people, let's just tell the truth. Now, y'all might not like this, but I'm going to say it. Some of us church people, it's nothing wrong with serving in the church. It's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Matter of fact, we're not doing anything wrong serving in the church. We are servants. We are servants. But if we're not careful, we will find ourselves so busy serving the church and serving people we get caught up in that. We don't be serving God, we be serving people. So people will mess around and tell you, okay, you have a calling on your life, and they'll be telling you how to walk in the calling. No, that's not their job to tell you how to walk in the calling that God gave you. You're supposed to walk in your calling that God gave you the way God wants you to walk in it, not the way mankind wants you to walk in it. Sorry. Another video for another time, but now it was in my heart and in my mind. I had to say it. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with serving in the church. I mean, my family and I always been, people to serve. We're servants. But I say this came upon the land. I'm not saying this is just the only thing. Honestly, I see this coronavirus thing, God doing several different things in the midst of this. I'm just saying this is just one of them. Well, he wanted his people to sit down, take this opportunity and get into that word, and take our time to listen and hear what he is saying. What he is saying to the people. What he is saying to us as individuals. That's the opportunity. Yeah, we got to stop seeing. I mean, this thing is bad and it's very serious. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes we have to ask God, okay, God, help me to see other things and just the bad that's going on. You have to see the good in some things too. You have to see the good in this that's going on. A lot of good things happen. Those they act like they didn't know how to sit down and get rest. Guess what? God forced you to sit down and get some rest. Think about it like that. Those are so busy working they didn't want to have time for their family and for their kids. Guess what? You sitting at the house. Your kids not in school. Children. I'm sorry. Don't want to be like old mother told me one time. She said goats have kids. We have children. And that stuck with me forever. So now your children are at home. Not in school. You have time to bond with your children. I had somebody tell me the other day, said that they was upset because school was out. School was out for the remainder of the year, and said that it was the teacher's job to raise their children. I said, what? No, it's not the children's job to, excuse me, the teacher's job to raise your children. It's your job to raise your children. And I think that was part of the problem. Another reason why God said, I'm shutting everything down. Boom. Do the job that I gave you these children to be stewards over them. You're supposed to guide and direct those children in the ways of the Lord. And when I say the ways of the Lord, yes, I'm talking about Bible too. Teach them how to fear God. Teach them how to be respectful to people. Teach them how to be servants. Teach them how to be obedient. Say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. That's like a foreign language now, saying yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Yes, sir, and no, sir. Yes, please. So it's like God giving us the opportunity. Okay, if we have not been doing that, start doing something. Have time with your children. Teach them how to do something. And even, I'm gonna be honest, since we've been doing this homeschooling thing, even though I'm still working, I I come in and I'm going over lessons with my children. I promise I'm learning something too. Boy, I'm learning the stuff that I didn't know, that I didn't even know. And I think that's great. Most of all on bonding. My children and I always had a close relationship because I have girls. But we're getting closer. We're bonding. We pray together. We get into that word. You know. And I'm going here. This wasn't the intention of this video to talk about. I'm not telling anyone how to raise their children. So please don't come at me in the comments. I'm not telling anyone how to raise their children. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying take a look at the opportunity that you have. The opportunity that you have now. If you are at home, quarantine, make the best out of your situation. That's what we have to do. That's all I'm saying. I guess I said a lot, but that's all I'm saying. Make the best out of your situation. If we are as adults can't respect each other, and I'm going back to the mask again. How do you think our children's not going to respect other people? And then you can't get mad with the children if they're being disrespectful to people, or saying, like the government is telling us we have to do this, and then here you go saying, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to do nothing. You're not social distancing. You're not wearing your mask. You're gonna start back meeting up in large gatherings, and then your children who you talking about, what the governor and what the government officials is telling us what we need to do to protect ourselves, and then you saying I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die. That's exactly what's gonna happen if you don't do what they're asking you to do. That's all. That's whoo, boy, I feel better. That's all I want to say. Let's just be respectful to each other. Because really, like I said, you don't want to be. There's more than one way to be disrespectful. You don't have to cuss out a person or lower them with your tongue. It's your actions. And what I mean, your actions right now, you're not wearing a mask going into the public places. It's disrespectful. I was just getting ready to end this video, and I need to say one more thing. Y'all please keep these children out these stores. Yes. Please keep these babies out these stores if you possibly can. I know everyone's situation is different. Don't come at me in these comments. I'm telling you, I will block you. Everybody, please keep these. They say no children under the age of 16 in stores. Every time I go in the store, it be babies, kids, little kids, babies running around these stores, no mask on. I saw two girls there. I was in the store just before I got out from work. I was on my way. Well, after I got out from work, I was on my way home. Had to stop, get some things for the house, get some food. And these two ladies was in the store. Two young ladies was in the store, no mask. And they had babies. When I say babies, I think the youngest looked like they was about 3. The baby looked like he was 1. No mask on the babies. And how I looked at that, I said, and they was not getting essentials. They was in front of me in line. They was buying toys. They was not buying essentials. They was buying toys. That was not an essential. Y'all could have stayed at the house and sat your behind down. Or if you just wanted to get out and come into the store, one of those girls could have sat in the car or stayed at home with the kids, with the children, sorry, with the babies. They could have stayed at home with the babies or either just sat out there in the car with the babies. Whew. Now that gets me. That's one thing that get me. You bring the babies out in the stores when they aren't supposed to be in the stores. No social distancing. And you don't have masks on the babies. You know what? I would say that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And that is true. But some of y'all, I'm not giving no slack. I think everybody know what's going on now. Everybody know the lowdown. Everybody know what the do's and the don'ts and what they supposed to do and what they don't supposed to be doing. So I'm not gonna give you no credit. I'm not gonna give you no slack. I'm not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because these people know they just don't care. And the funny thing about this, not ha ha funny, the weird thing about this, since all this been going on, you have been seeing. How can I put this? This is bringing things out of people. People are acting in ways, and I mean people that I know are acting in ways that I just did not think that they would act. I didn't know they would do that. They would act that way over small stuff like a mask. I'm talking about people I know. I mean, this has brought out another side of people. And I'm like, really? Oh, okay. I know it was like that. But hey, to each his own. But everybody, let's just be careful. Be safe. Please be as safe as possible. Let's love each other from a distance. Call and check on each other. And don't go visiting people unless they they're elderly or disabled and they need someone to come and check on them and make sure they're okay, or either need someone to go and run errands and pick up essentials for them and bring it back. This is quarantining is not going to people's houses and visiting and playing games. That's not what quarantine is about. Some of y'all might need to look up the word quarantine. Quarantine is staying in your own place, in your own area. That's not an opportunity to go visit. That's how stuff spreads as well. But had to get that out too. I had a lot on me. Next time I have a mind to do a video, I'm just gonna do it. Maybe it'll be shorter. But anyway, y'all have a good day. To God be the glory. Let's see good and the God in everything that happens. Y'all be safe.